Although you've lived the majority of your life in the United States, you've enjoyed the benefits of living in the United States. You've enjoyed the prosperity of living in the United States, the education system of the United States. Did you go to a public school for high school?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's a question for you.
Go ahead.
So imagine a completely neutral, hypothetical situation where neither the United States or China is the aggressor, neither has done anything unethical, and there's no moral dimension, just a military conflict that exists. In that value-neutral scenario, to which side would your allegiance be? The United States or China?
China, I'd say.
大家好，今天要和大家分享一段外网争议度很高的播客实录。这期对话出自布莱恩阿特拉斯的频道，这个账号坐拥400多万订阅，表面主打两性话题，实际一直靠刻意制造对立，剪辑冲突片段博取流量。不少媒体都直言，博主的内容生意建立在刻意羞辱嘉宾，撕裂大众观点之上。本次受访的是一位18岁华裔女孩，她5岁就随家人赴美，人生7成时光都在美国度过，接受完整公立教育。可主持人一上来就层层设套，不断抛出带有诱导性的问题。原本想剪出一段左右为难、充满矛盾的爆款素材，可让主播完全意料不到的是，女孩思路清晰，态度从容，全程没有丝毫慌乱躲闪，所有预设的道德陷阱都被她平稳化解。即便她全程没有发表激进言论，博主后期依旧给视频打上带有偏见的标签，用意一目了然。接下来我们完整放出原版对话，从国籍选择、生活感受到极具争议的立场假设，两国基建与社会环境对比，听听这个长期生活在美国的中国女孩最真实完整的想法。
You were born in China, is that correct? Anybody else born not in the United States? I mean,
I'm born in England.
but you don't live here, so.
No, I don't live here.
Anybody else? Anyone born somewhere else? Okay. You're Indian and you're Indian, is that correct? Do you feel strong cultural ties to your heritage or your culture, like Indian culture? Or?
Yeah, because there's so many different ethnic groups in India since it's a subcontinent. And I'm Punjabi personally, and the big stereotype with Punjabis is you'll always know because they'll always tell you because we're really prideful people.
Okay. What about you, Molly?
I mean, I feel a lot of pride for my culture, but honestly, my parents had a love marriage, and they both came here when they were really young, and they also, I don't know any Indian languages. They spoke fully English in our house.
Gotcha.
I know a lot of immigrant parents.
Okay.
They'll speak their native language in their house, and their kids are raised up on it. No, my parents spoke fully English.
Sure.
And also, they were religious, but we never went to temple much. I don't consider myself religious at all, so
Gotcha.
I'm not
Okay.
super Indian.
So you moved to the United States when you were 5?
Yeah.
Okay. And so you have Chinese citizenship?
Yes.
But you don't have U.S. citizenship yet?
I don't, and I don't plan on getting it.
Oh, you don't plan
Yeah.
on getting it? But
I could have already gotten it because I'm 18 already, but I don't plan on naturalizing, so.
Oh, why is that?
Because I do have plans to return back to China, and if I were to naturalize, every time I go back would be an hassle to have to get a visa and get approved. But then right now where I'm sitting with a Chinese citizenship, a Chinese passport with a green card, it gives me the freedom to just travel freely between two countries. So I can go back to China for 2 months, which I did, and come back and be perfectly fine, not have to sign any paperwork or anything.
If you had to estimate, in terms of, so you're 18, in terms of total time spent in each country, what would be the
ratio?
The breakdown, yeah.
I'd say because I come here for school. The reason why my family came to the U.S. was so my siblings and I could get an American education. So I'd say for 10 months out of the year I'm here, and then the summertime I go back to my.
Since you were 5.
Well, not every summer. Sometimes in summers I have plans, and I have tutoring, I have extracurriculars, right. But when I have the time, yeah, pretty much. But I'm still pretty connected to the culture over there, if that's what you're saying. I'm fluent in my language.
Yeah,
and,
you speak Mandarin.
Yeah.
But you lived there entirely for your first 5 years?
Yes.
And then you came here, and you spend most of the time here in the United States?
Yeah, after I moved here.
I'm trying to think, if you spend 1 to 2 months, maybe it's 70-30% Is that fair to say?
70, 30.
70%, 70% of the United States. And your parents don't plan to naturalize to the United States either? Is
They
that correct?
don't either. They are just waiting for us to finish school, and then they're also going back to China.
Okay. Are your parents like diplomats or something, or what do they do?
What do you mean? Like for work? Or
Yeah, for work.
well, my mom, she's a stay-at-home mom. She doesn't do anything, and my dad works at Apple.
At Apple? Okay.
Like
He's
down
like a
in
software engineer or?
No, he does something like in HR, but he,
Okay.
yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
He's the only one that works in our family, and he's
You have
supporting.
siblings?
Yeah, I have an older sister who goes to UCSB and a younger brother who's 10 years old.
10 years old. And are they going to stay here until he
Yeah.
graduates from college?
High school,
Or
and then at least high
18?
school. Yeah.
So another 8 years.
Yeah.
And are you going to stay here until your parents move back, or you're moving back as soon as you're done with college?
Well, it depends on like where I locate based on my career, because I'm trying to
Okay.
get my CPA after my degree. So we'll just see. I'm not sure. But my long-term
Interesting,
goal is to
okay.
do Big Four accounting in like a city in China. So
Huh, interesting. So how do you, I guess like how do you come, I'm not maybe unaware of the process. If the goal is not to naturalize, how do you come and stay in the United States like long-term? Like does your father have
We
a
had-
H-1B visa or
no,
I don't know what it would be categorized as, but
I actually am not too familiar with how we really got here
Your
or
dad-
anything.
your
I
dad's
just
a
know
spy,
like
bro.
we knew people who were just able to do it for us. I don't know what you want me to say about that.
but you guys
I'm
are
just
here,
here.
like you guys are here legitimately,
Yeah.
not like illegally or
Yeah.
something. Okay.
You can't call ice on me. I'm here legally.
No, no, I'm just curious, like what the categorization is, because there's different ways
wow.
to stay here long term.
Utilizing your school. Oh, I saw that comment. Yep,
You don't
exactly.
need to justify yourself.
That's
girl.
interesting. I have a
he's
question
cool.
for you. It's interesting though because you're not planning to naturalize. You're not planning to gain citizenship. Although you've lived the majority of your life in the United States, you've enjoyed the benefits of living in the United States. You've enjoyed the prosperity of living in the United States, the education system of the United States. Did you go to a public school
Yes.
for high
And then-
school?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's a question for you.
Go ahead.
So imagine a completely neutral, hypothetical situation where neither the United States or China is the aggressor, neither has done anything unethical, and there's no moral dimension, just a military conflict that exists. In that value neutral scenario, to which side would your allegiance be? The United States or China?
China, I'd say.
Okay.
And that's obviously biased because I'm Chinese from China and most of my family's there. But
Right.
like you said, like you're confused why like I don't want to naturalize being in the U.S. for like such a long period of time. I think like being here for a long period of time made me realize that I personally like my life in China better. Like it's more convenient, it's easier. Like
But you've
politics
spent most
aside,
of your life here.
yes, correct, but not by choice because I go to school here.
sure.
Like once this is over, of course I want to be back home, like where I
Okay.
feel happiest.
All right, I guess that's interesting.
And for me, home is China, not the United States.
I wonder if I don't even know if would that be possible for an American to do in China what your
No.
parents like. I don't know if,
It's not possible.
and I don't know if you gave that answer or if an American gave the answer you gave in China, how that would go over. But
Very well. Correct.
But luckily for us, America has pretty robust freedoms, especially
Mm-hmm.
related to speech, perhaps unprecedented on the global stage. But okay, that's interesting. I mean, my argument does crumble. It crumbles a little bit in the sense that you're not a citizen of the United States. You're not trying to naturalize. So like, it kind of makes sense. But it is interesting. It's like you have lived the majority of your life here, although you're 18, so you've been under the, I don't know if control is the right word, but like you've been under the authority of your parents for your whole life, basically.
Yeah,
So
but-
like when you're 15, you can't be like, fuck you, mom, I'm going back to China. You can't do that,
Correct.
really.
Yeah.
Your parents have authority over you. They're your guardians. And
Correct.
but it is interesting. It is an interesting thought. You know, we've asked this question before to people who have like dual citizenship or who naturalized as American citizens. Like we had one girl who came from I think it was Colombia, was it? Do you remember, Mary, that episode? Yeah. We had a girl who came here, immigrated here from Colombia, became she wasn't a legal immigrant, became a naturalized American citizen. And she said that her allegiance was still to Colombia. And I found that interesting. But in your case, it's a bit different. I don't know. I think we're cooked in America. Honestly, look, I got to be... Yo, chat. Let me ask the chat.
Why do you think I want out?
Well, you know, the thing is that I think China is doing a lot of things in some ways better than the United States. Like, I feel like I've seen construction videos.
Oh,
like,
yeah. Construction there is insanely
shit
fast.
Gets done. Like,
In a
bro,
month.
they've been... I don't want to say the location, but like near... I mean, there's all kinds of construction around just Santa Barbara, right? Man, that shit is like... What are they doing? It takes fucking years for them to do a little patch of road. It's like... But in China, I feel like they get shit done. And I wonder if that's because there's probably a bit more of a... monoculture?
I think there's an incentive here too. The longer you take, the more these companies that we contract with can make money.
Yeah, I think it's just the structure of how things are. Like in China, you know, like the CCP, everything's run under one organization. Versus here, like there's so many bills and like papers that have to be passed, so much paperwork that has to be done to do anything. That in China, it's just like okay, once said and done. Like they just get straight to it. Here, it's like so many approvals. It's just like how the our leaders, like our government runs, I guess. I think like that has...
Wait, but here's my question, chat.
Correct.
Chat, do you guys think... I'm worried, bro. I'm worried. I think that, you know, I feel like China is a bit of a threat. You know, I think that they're gonna...
Surpass the US?
I think the Chinese...
It's already happened.
England is.
Well, she says it's already happened. I don't know about that. I don't know about that, but in some ways, I do think that...
Have you ever been to China? Let me ask you that.
No, I haven't. But I think that there's a lot of social upheaval in the United States. There's a lot of political polarization, social polarization in the United States. The United States has multiculturalism. Look, in China, you have like Uyghurs, and I don't know if I said that right, but there are different, like, I guess, ethno groups. I don't know if that's even, like in China. But generally, like, the people in China, they're like Chinese heritage. Whereas here in the United States, it's like multiculturalism. I don't really think you have multiculturalism. In China, you have Chinese culture.
Yes, but we do have like India, like we have a lot of different ethnic groups. Majority are like the Han ethnic group, which is what I am, but like there's a lot of different, there's like a lot of cultures within China too. I wouldn't just categorize like all of China into one Chinese culture. Like depending on what region you're in, they eat different foods, they have different practices, different beliefs. They even look different. Like people in the north tend to be taller than people in the south because of like climate differences. I don't think it's like all categorized as one. I don't know if that helps, but.
Well, I don't think China's fully caught up quite yet to the United States, but I would say that China has a better, I think China probably has a better foundation for social cohesion than the United States does. So I think like the fall of the United States, I don't think is going to be external. I think the fall of the United States would be internal.
Internal, correct.
Which I think would be very unlikely for China, for example. I don't think there's enough political polarization or social upheaval in China. And so, by the way, I apologize. We're totally getting off fucking dating, fucking talking about geopolitics in China. I don't know, chat. What do you guys think? I mean, isn't it just true though? Like, we got a lot of fucking polarization, societal upheaval in the United States. China seems a bit more cohesive, a little bit among its populace.
But isn't their education better? So I'm not sure, but I'm just.
Well. It is, but like the way they do it, like the system is like really detrimental to like students' mental health. It's like, yeah, at the end of the day, like I guess you can say like China pumps out smarter kids or whatever, but like, yeah, I think like their education system is something that I wouldn't really like approve of. So like, yeah, that's why I'm studying here and then like taking this knowledge back. But
and would you argue that China like values STEM more than America does?
That I actually am not too sure.
They probably
so I
do.
wouldn't say. But I
also, the Chinese government has more control, way more control. Like for example, the Chinese government can kind of dictate. I believe didn't the Chinese government? There's something about how the men were becoming too feminine. Or wait, fuck, I'm trying to remember what this was. Mary, are you Googling it?
Yeah.
Something like they were like, all right, these fucking little...
promotes education drive to make boys more manly.
Well, there was something like, okay, if you're on TikTok...
China bans effeminate men on TV.
Right, yeah. Like if you're on TikTok in China, they're gonna like the algorithm on TikTok, and I guess it's named something different in China,
Yeah.
or whatever. They're gonna show, like they're gonna push in the algorithm like science videos. They're gonna push educational videos. Whereas here in the United States, the TikTok app is going to push like retarded dances and like just brain rot fucking just slop fucking content. And that's something proactive that the Chinese government is doing to like not rot the brains of their youth.
You don't have access to everything on the internet either there, right? Because I had one of my exes had gone to China, and besides it being like very difficult to, get approval to go to China, I remember he had to get like a VPN to access certain sites or whatever it was.
Yeah, that is true for sure.
Anyways, whatever.
看完这段完整的访谈对话，相信很多人和我一样，心里有不少值得细细琢磨的感悟。我们抛开网络上碎片化的剪辑片段、博眼球的标题，沉下心来把整场对话拆开，好好聊聊。首先，先聊聊这位主持人布莱恩·阿特拉斯提前把这个人的底色说清楚，大家才能看懂整场对话里无处不在的刻意引导。他坐拥400多万油管订阅账号，对外宣传主打两性情感话题。但业内和不少媒体对他的评价非常直白，他整套流量逻辑就是刻意挑选有身份、文化反差的年轻女嘉宾，提前设计好一套套诱导。挖坑式问题，录制结束后专门截取矛盾冲突的片段，剪成几十秒短视频投放，靠制造对立撕裂感收割播放。更尖锐的评价是，他的流量生意完全建立在刻意矮化、羞辱女性嘉宾的基础上。这期采访18岁华裔女孩也是一模一样的套路，她从开场就盯着国籍、居留、身份认同层层追问，心里早就预判好了一套充满矛盾的回答，等着剪出爆款素材。可整场聊下来，女孩冷静克制、逻辑完整的回应，完全打破了她所有预设，甚至让她自己的论点站不住脚。最不客观的一点是，明明女孩全程说话温和中立，没有任何极端偏激的表述，博主发布视频时依旧给她打上带有偏见标签化的标题，刻意引导观众先入为主产生负面印象。这种断章取义制造矛盾的操作，也是外网很多流量博主的通用手段。再回到核心主角，这位5岁跟随父母赴美，如今18岁的华裔女孩，我们先梳理她的客观现状。出生在中国，持有中国国籍，拥有美国绿卡，每年10个月在美国读书，只有假期有空才回国。整体生活时长73分，7成在美国，3成在中国。父母都在美合法居留，父亲在苹果从事 HR 工作，全家都没有申请美国公民的计划。约定等最小弟弟读完高中就一同回国。他本人本科攻读会计专业，长远职业目标是考取 CPA。回到国内1线城市的4大会计师事务所从业，他选择长期留在美国，从来不是自己年少时的自主决定，只是跟随家庭规划，为了接受美式教育，这一点也是他所有选择的底层逻辑。很多人抓住他享受美国公立教育、长期在美国生活这件事，质问他的归属感，但忽略了一件事：童年少年时期的居住地点由父母决定。不能等同于个人价值选择，他心里分得很清，美国是求学的平台，中国才是真正意义上的家。整场争议最高的必然是那个假设性军事冲突提问，也是全网剪辑最喜欢单独截出来放大的片段。我们结合完整上下文还原他的原话。主持人设定了一个完全中立，双方都非侵略方，不存在道德对错的纯军事冲突假想场景，询问他会效忠美国还是中国，他直白给出答案中国，随后立刻补充了理由，他的逻辑非常朴素纯粹，我的血脉、原生家庭绝大多数亲人全部扎根在中国，我生来是中国人，保留本国国籍，长远人生规划也全部落在国内，在无对错的假想冲突里 偏向故土，是再正常不过的人之常情。主持人随后拿已经主动规划他国的移民案例和他对比，这里其实存在一个关键逻辑漏洞。那些移民是主动放弃原有国籍，自愿成为美国公民，从法律和个人选择上绑定这片土地。但女孩自始至终主动拒绝入籍，清晰保留本国身份，两者的选择前提完全不一样，根本不能一概而论。外网很多网友只截取他那句效忠回答，删掉前后全部解释，单方面指责他享受美国资源却不感恩，本质就是被短视频碎片化剪辑蒙蔽，没有读懂他完整的价值取向。女孩最难得的一点是看待两国始终辩证客观，不偏袒任何一方。她认可国内基建落地效率高，不用常年扯皮审批，但也直言国内应试教育内卷严重，会损害学生心理健康。这也是家人带她赴美读书的原因，她能看清美国基建拖沓。社会极化撕裂的短板也承认美式教育更注重综合素养，聊网络文化差异时只是结合亲身经历如实分享，没有极端褒贬。他清楚两种发展模式各有取舍，不存在完美的一方。这种中立视角在对立化网络环境里很难得。同时，这段对话也道出很多海外华裔的真实处境。不少华人子女从小在海外长大，享受当地教育资源，却依旧保留本国身份，计划学成归国。出国只是提升自己的途径，而非人生归宿。外人很难理解这种归属感，总觉得在哪生活就该偏向哪儿，却忽略身份认同从来不由居住时长决定。亲情、文化原生故土才是心底的根基。反观主播全程带着固有偏见，得不到预期答案就反复转移话题，引导对立。当下外网内容生态就是如此，理性客观的完整对话没人关注，只有冲突片段会被大肆传播。很多博主为流量刻意放大矛盾，误导路人。这也是我放出完整原版对话的原因，希望大家不要被短视频切片带偏。看观点一定要结合完整语境，18岁就能清晰规划职业，稳定坚守自身身份，还能跳出单一环境，客观看待两种社会。这份独立思考值得肯定，我们不必用统一标准评判所有人的选择。有人选择定居海外，有人身在海外心系故土，两种选择都该被尊重，没必要互相指责对立。说到底，这场对话真正的价值不是争辩中美孰好孰坏，而是提醒我们学会跳出固有偏见，分辨流量博主制造矛盾的套路，同时理解归属感与生俱来的分量。好了，本期视频到这里就结束了，整理字幕、核对原版对话花费了不少时间。如果内容对你有启发，欢迎一键3连。有不同想法，欢迎在评论区理性交流。我们下期再见。